Hi, guys.
Hey, what's going on? We are out in Lansing here.
Lansing, Michigan.
Lansing, Michigan.
Capital of Michigan.
Capital of Michigan, that's right. And home of the Spartans.
Yep.
Which can be fighting words for some.
Yeah. Especially since we're really from like the Ann Arbor area.
But me, I'm partial. I don't really partake of any of these shenanigans that happens between these two houses. But we are out here because we are hanging out with the Baron and Cindy on their show. We're here at their studio to do an interview. But the cool thing is they've got a really cool studio, and we're gonna try to show you what they've got inside. This is where they do all their magic, all their interviews, all their live recordings. But they also have a oddity shop as well. So
we're gonna check that out, see what's in there.
We're gonna take you inside and you get to see. So guess what? You gotta stick around. If you wanna see what's in there, it's kind of like a box of Cracker Jacks. If you wanna know what the prize is,
you gotta wait till you get to the bottom or dump it out.
Well, I hope you don't dump us out. Don't dump us out. Work your way to the bottom of the box with us. We're a worthy box of Cracker Jacks. So anyway, this should be fun. We're gonna take you inside so you can see all the stuff that's in the studio here, and stay tuned. All right, so we're here at the Oddities shop here in Lansing. With Baron, and we're going to get a little tour of the shop here before we get into everything here. So
when you first come into the building, obviously you come through the record lounge, the bookstore, formaldehydes, candles, and all that stuff. But then you get into our studio. It's the first thing you come across, and this is the Screencraft Studio. Where
that's awesome.
The show.
This is where the magic happens.
This is where the magic happens.
Right.
We even got a little bar off to the side, you know, for a little liquid encouragement if need be.
Awesome, very cool. And you even got a wheel, to spin a wheel. Is this the fate of your guests?
Yes. And what's fun about that is, you know, we used to do, you know, the wheel spin for giveaways and stuff on the show. And then you might recognize that from Spirit Halloween.
That's
that
awesome.
Was one of their displays, because they did the whole circus theme for Spirit Halloween, Spirit, whatever it was. So we actually got that from them, from one of their displays when they closed.
Awesome.
But yeah, we do the show here, and then all the stuff I can't fit in my house. Comes here you know, and you always hear the horror stories of people with their 12-foot skeletons being destroyed because of the wind. Ours is inside.
That's awesome.
So it's very well protected.
That is awesome. And man, you've got like quite a few. I mean, there's some history here prop-wise, huh?
Yes. You see Twisted Critters in there.
Oh yeah, I saw, yep.
Distortions, Spirit Halloween store, animatronics. In front of the museum, which we do have the museum off to the left here.
Okay, all right.
You know, we got caskets and things there, but then the museum itself inside.
Very cool.
So, yeah, so that is Screencraft Studio, essentially, which owns all of the museum, the show, and the oddity shop.
Okay, very cool.
When you come over here, you get the actual oddity shop.
Okay, all right. And so we'll go here. Very cool. Very cool.
This is Ellis the elk. He's the first one that usually probably...
The mighty elk.
The mighty elk.
John was gracious enough to show us around the shop. There is quite the collection of oddities, historic pieces, and just unique things that you just don't see every day. And everything in the store seems to have a story. So we really enjoyed being able to be out here. And you've definitely got to make time to get out to Lansing. Come check out Screencraft Studios and the Oddity Shop. This is the Voodoo Shop of Oddities.
All right.
So actually, you know, we are a Voodoo, New Orleans Voodoo themed shop. We do have what we call our sister shop down in New Orleans, and they helped us consult us on building a Voodoo altar.
Okay.
Which is a non-denominational altar, really. You don't have to just be involved in Voodoo to use this.
Uh-oh, we don't want to bring down the real estate value over here now. Come on.
And then you'll have to sign our wall of fame that's out. Yes.
All right,
Because
we are getting ready to take a look
find
at the
something else.
Paranormal Science Mortuary and Science Museum here. So John is about to take us on a tour. So we're going to follow very carefully.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so like I was telling you out there, it is a guided tour. So we just did a couple things that were new for this year, which one being that we're a Voodoo themed shop, we thought we should have a Voodoo exhibit. It was supposed to be a temporary exhibit during our Mardi Gras event, but it's been so popular that we've decided to keep it permanently.
Okay.
As we go through it, each and everything in here has a backstory to it. Why it was used, how it was used. You know, okay, haunted items. Why do we think they're haunted? Where did they come from? What's the backstory? And so everything in here has that story, and we tell that story. Because you just can't walk into a paranormal museum and come through and look at these things. You're not going to feel anything from it, unless you're sensitive, but you might, which we have. But we tell the story of these items, which some of them are quite incredible.
Okay.
And then we get into the mortuary science. Again, we tell how it was used, why it was used, when it was used, how it was used. We demonstrate, because I did work in the field, how the embalming's done.
Okay.
You know, how we did things, why we would do different things. So all that's explained and demonstrated. And when we do expand, we're actually gonna take people through the actual process of what happens to you when you pass away.
Okay.
So we're literally gonna demonstrate. We're not gonna be sticking people and pulling out their fluid.
Right.
But we will show you how the process went from start to finish.
Okay.
So that'll be very unique. Again, everything has a backstory, even our casket, but you'll have to come to the museum to hear that backstory.
Gotcha. All right.
Even the banged up coffin casket has a backstory.
Okay.
Which is fun to hear. So.
Very cool.
And again, like I was telling you, it is a small museum. Whoops, almost fell over. And it is by design. And there's a reason it's small, and we explain why it's small and why we're keeping it small. It makes sense when you go through the tour.
Gotcha. Would you say the focus is on the items themselves and the backstory behind the items that are here
Absolutely.
in this space? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You should feel privileged because we don't usually allow video. And
Yeah, that's what I was telling them outside.
That is, you know, and I really, really appreciate you guys letting us get a look back here, and we definitely want to be respectful to everything you have going.
We were grateful to the Baron and Cindy Knight for having us, not only on the show, but also showing us around and being so gracious and allowing us to see something that most people don't get a chance to see unless they're doing a tour. So we're very grateful, and also want to give a shout out. If you will be at the Halfway to Halloween show, stop by and see the Baron and Cindy Knight. They will have a booth there. They will be doing live streaming. So go say hi and check them out. They are great people.